What's better than a cake? Well, a chocolate cake, of course. I'll be teaching you and my students how to make a classic Victoria sandwich with a beautiful chocolatey twist. Now, get baking. This is a classic Victoria sandwich, but this has got chocolate in it, and actually there's no better way to learn how to bake a cake.
Today my students are sisters Salma and Aisha. Salma sadly admits that everything she bakes is inedible. Her sister Aisha, though, has been baking for over 20 years. Also joining me is David, who loves baking savoury dishes, and his wife Sue, who David thinks needs help in the kitchen.
Most people, when they're going to make cake, would often use a mixer, or they use an electric mixer. We're going to do this one by hand.
Oh no.
Don't worry guys, I promise it'll be worth it. Start by creaming together the butter and the caster sugar.
Now I want you guys to copy me, all right? As you mix the mixture of the sugar and the butter together, what happens is it goes lighter in colour. Why? Because the sugar is white. So what colour will you look for? A light yellow. If you're using any other type of sugar, you will get a slightly different colour.
To be honest, a hand blender will make short work of this. But if you're using a wooden spoon, be prepared to put some effort in.
Don't just push it, you've really got to go at it. Think of a mixer, right? Look at the speed I'm doing it here. But you can see, that's what you're looking for. You've got to make sure that it's smooth, so the whole thing is incorporated. Get down to the bottom. Normally with a Victoria sandwich, you literally just chuck everything in, mix it, job done.
Even with a wooden spoon, it'll only take a couple of minutes.
Now at this stage, eggs, right? Now what I've got here is equal amounts of flour to eggs in weight.
This is a classic recipe, where the basic ingredients are equal to the weight of the eggs.
Do you weigh your eggs? And then you put the rest to the weight of the eggs, because you can't alter that, can you?
Yeah.
You need to weigh the eggs in the shells, not after you've cracked them.
Add one egg, drop it in, and then blend that together in your mixture.
There's lots of science in baking, so measure everything accurately and trust the recipe. Don't be tempted to leave out an egg. Whisk the eggs in one at a time until they're thoroughly mixed in.
It's at this point that on your third, or certainly on your fourth, your mixture will split. Don't panic. If you look at this, that's what you call a split mixture.
Scrambled egg.
Scrambled egg, so it looks like scrambled egg. At that stage, drop a little bit of the flour in, and that will bring it back. All it is just too much liquid going into the butter, so it's splitting.
It's a good tip to mix your dry ingredients together separately. This will ensure an even colour. You then add them to the wet ingredients.
Does that have to go in together?
I would, because it makes sure the colour goes in equal, otherwise you're adding black and white.
That makes sense.
Now again, gently go around the outside of the bowl, and then begin to mix all these ingredients together. It smells fantastic. Give it a good mix together till it's all one colour. And you can see that now, it's pretty much perfect.
Once the ingredients are blended, stop. It's crucial you don't over-mix at this stage.
Is this similar to the sort of cakes you make?
It is, yes.
It is.
Very similar.
Make sure you can't see any butter or flecks of white in there as well, because you want to keep it all the same colour. How are you getting on? Actually, that doesn't look too bad.
No, it's all right now.
The next thing I've got is some tins. So take a tin, and what you need to do is split the mixture in half, and one half dollop your mixture.
You've got paper at the bottom as well.
I have got paper at the bottom.
Now, there's parchment and greaseproof. I have no idea what the difference is.
You best use baking parchment. It's great for baking. It'll accept the heat which an oven will give. Anything above 150, you're best off using baking parchment. It's stronger and it'll just peel straight off.
Gently spread your mixture to the edge, keeping it level and smooth. This will help it bake more evenly.
Kids love doing this. Kids love to bake. They like to make something, and it actually teaches them what goes into baking as well, what goes into their food.
Place the tins into a preheated oven for 20 minutes. All the cakes are baked and cooled, but I've spotted one very common problem.
Now, looking at some of these cakes, they don't look too bad. However, I think there's been an issue with the mix being over-mixed. The more you batter it and mix it, the more you build it up.
Is that how you know?
The lines, absolutely. Now they've got to fill it with the filling.
Classic buttercream is just butter and icing sugar, but molten dark chocolate turns mine into something a bit special.
The beauty of these cakes is actually its simplicity. We've got a classic Victoria sandwich which we've upped with chocolate, but you can add another layer to it. If you're really into orange, you can zest an orange into this buttercream as well, and again have an orange chocolate filling inside. So it's up to you. Now you've got all that, start putting it into the middle of your cake, please. Literally just dollop it, boom, boom, straight in. Now spread that out. What you don't want to do is take it to the outside when you're putting filling in. Then put your lid on, and then the whole thing just squeezes out. So just take it near the edge, then put your lid on.
This is a real achievement for Salma. Although her sister Aisha's baked for years, this is Salma's first baking success.
How are you getting on, ladies?
Yes, nearly getting there now.
What I want you to do now is put the lid on, okay? And the same with you guys, please. Put your lids on top of your cakes. Beautiful. Make sure it's right in the middle. A little bit of pressure in the middle of the cake.
A much better result than my previous cake. It's actually baked.
That's impressive. Now, there's one thing you've got to do to finish it off.
A quick dusting with icing sugar perfects the cakes.
Thank you very much, ladies. Well done.
Thank you.
The Victoria sandwiches are done and dusted. Now for the best bit.
Salma, would you like to try it? Take a slice out of your cake. Ooh. Drops through easily, doesn't it?
Oh, yes.
Let's look at the inside. Look at that. Now that is a proper cake. Take a little nibble. Yeah, of course you can.
It's lovely and dark.
Yeah, that's it. There is a lot of chocolate
really
in there.
nice.
Do you like that?
That's very nice.
That's very good.
Lush.
This is not only Salma's first Victoria sandwich, it's David's too.
So you've never made a chocolate cake before, and you're happy.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's good.
And you'll make it again?
Definitely.
Yeah.
There you go. 4 student bakers that have never made a chocolate cake before end up with a beautiful Victoria chocolate sandwich. Now it's your turn.